So we welcome you to our time of sharing love with the mystical heart of God. And especially as this is the month of June, we share it also with the divine lover of all that is, the cosmic Christ. To Catholic Christians, he is known as the Sacred Heart of Jesus. But we welcome you to this table and we thank you for joining us. So now, if you have a candle handy, I would love you to light it and let us create a flame of love, a flame of eternal love here on this earth plane, so that our Father, Mother, God will look down from heaven and see our candles burning in America, in New Zealand, in the United Kingdom, and wherever else in the world our viewers have gathered from. But it will be a light of selfless love in gratitude for all that we receive. So we light a light in the name of God who creates life, in the name of the risen cosmic Christ who loves life, in the name of the Spirit who is the fire of life, in the name of Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother who nurtures the divine life in all of creation, and in the name of all faith traditions, for they are the sons and daughters of the Beloved. And for those gathered here, we welcome you to this table of love, to a table of peace. Let us be still now. Let us come back to our heart, our teacher. And today is Wednesday, and in Celtic spirituality, today is offered for the goodness of creation and care for the earth. And as an interfaith Franciscan, Celtic spirituality is very much the influence in my heart. Because here in the landscape, the Cathedral of God, it's where I find my God, not in a building, but in nature, and with the animal kingdom present. The two go hand in hand. And I would like to begin by reciting the morning prayer from Iona. It was you who formed my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That is Psalm 139, verse 13 and 14 from the Old Testament Bible. So let us be still in the presence of God and aware of God's presence all around us. And we come as brothers and sisters who are equal in the eyes of God. And we come as children who are loved. So let us be mindful of our presence. Let us be mindful of the I Am presence living within us. For those who are of the Christian belief, they believe that they are the temple of God, the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. The fire of God lives within their being. Let us now connect with Gaia, our Earth Mother. And to do that, it is always good to remove your shoes or slippers so that you feel her love flowing up through your feet. And now let us focus on our in-breaths. And as we breathe in, let us be aware of the love of the Creator for you and me. And let us hold that in breaths. And now let us release any fear mindsets, any tension, worries or anxieties. And let us give them to Gaia, our Earth Mother. And in our next in-breaths, let us use the gift of free will to give glory and praise to the Supreme. And in our out-breaths, let us release gratitude from our hearts for all that we have received today. For example, the air that we breathe, the food on our table, for the clothes we wear, for our daily needs, and our activities of daily living are met through the kindness of God. So let us come as a child of the Beloved. And let us invite our spiritual teachers, the Lord Buddha, the Lord Vishnu, Ganesh and Krishna, the Lord Christ. Let us invite our brother Gandhi, Sri Chimoy, Francis of Assisi. And let's not forget the amazing Rumi, Osho and Mia Baba. And using our gift of free will, let us call on the company of heaven, the messengers of love, not of religion, but of love. For you and I were assigned a messenger of high rank from the moment we were born. Let us call on them. Let us invite, invoke, and ask that we be allowed to come into the presence of divine love. And in the stillness of this hour, let us be mindful that you and I are loved. It doesn't matter the mistakes we have made. The Father, Mother, God accepts us as we are, in our weakness and frailty, and asks only one thing, that we will surrender our heart so that we can receive the abundance of the Supreme. Let us focus on that all that is asked of you and me is to surrender our heart so that we can receive our abundance from the Supreme. And here I would like to offer an opening reflection, prayer and thanksgiving. O Sun behind all suns, I give you greeting this new day. Let all creation praise you. Let the daylight and the shadows praise you. Let the fertile earth and the swelling sea praise you. Let the winds and the rain The lightning and the thunder praise you. Let all that breathes, both male and female, praise you. And I shall praise you, O God of all life. I give you greeting this day. I give you greeting this day. I'm guided to read this beautiful little book, a part of it that Brother Rob read on Sunday last for our interfaith service here. And it's called A Heart Full of Peace by Joseph Goldstein. It's from the Buddhist tradition, but the words are so beautiful. And it's titled A Heart Full of Peace. Love, compassion, and peace. These words are at the heart of the spiritual endeavors. Although we intuitively resonate with their meaning and value, for most of us, the challenge is how to embody what we know, how to transform these words into a vibrant life practice. In these times of conflict and uncertainty, this is not an abstract exercise. Peace in the world begins with us, you and I, who are gathered here. In the following pages, we will explore different ways we can manifest these values as wise and skillful action in the world. These teachings are based on the Buddhist traditions of the East, but their defining characteristic is not Eastern or Western, but rather an allegiance to pragmatism and the very simple question, what works? What works to free the mind from suffering? What works to engender the heart of compassion? What works to awaken us from ignorance? And there's a beautiful quote from Issa. In the cherry blossom shade, there's no such thing as a stranger. In the cherry blossom's shade, there's no such thing as a stranger. This pragmatism also illuminates an age-old question that continues to plague religious and other traditions. How can we hold strong differences of view in the larger context of unity, beyond discord and hostility? The answer is of vital importance, especially now, as we see the grand sweep of religious traditions often in violent conflict with one another. Love, compassion, and peace do not belong to any religion or tradition. They are qualities in each one of us, qualities of our hearts and our minds. Let us just stay with that, and let us call on the Ascended Masters and our spiritual teachers to speak to our hearts now as we come to this table of love, where all faiths and none are welcome. And that is the teachings of Francis of Assisi to our community. We are an interfaith family of men and women of different faith traditions who live the simple life, the monastic life from our own home. And we are not permitted to ask another their belief. What we are encouraged to do is to embrace the supreme in their heart and exercise Celtic Franciscan hospitality, which is all-embracing, all-encompassing, and all-forgiving. So as we relax now, we are in the presence of God, a higher power, a supreme being of love. And as we relax, let us visualize our return journey to our Bedouin tent at the bottom of Mount Sinai, where the prophet Enoch was given the tree of life and the Kabbalah. And many of us who meet at this time around this table know that we were Essenes, therapeutai Essenes of Mount Sinai, and that we worked with the Christ and Magdalena. Let us come back home now, and let us visualize that we are walking in pairs to our Bedouin tent, our spiritual home. It is approaching dusk, and we can feel the warmth of the sand on our feet. But the air is chilling now, and there's a gentle breeze. But there is singing and rejoicing as we come as a spiritual family. And in the distance, we can see our spiritual home, where there is a fire of cedar wood burning, and we can hear the songs of celebration, welcoming us back home. Jew, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Sikh, Baha'i, agnostic, atheist, pagan, Wiccan. All of the faiths are there. Their teachers are there. And as we come to the tent, we are invited to be seated by Gaia. And the nature spirits come with our brothers and sisters of the community, and they bathe our feet. Just stay with that vision, that as you sit weary and tired, your feet are being washed and dried by our brothers and sisters. A term of endearment, of respect. And we are guided into the center to join all our brothers and sisters. And we are offered a cool drink, a refreshing drink of fresh lemons and spring water, with herbs to replenish our thirst and allow our hearts become reawakened to love. Just visualize this circle of light made up of our brothers and our sisters who are here with us. And we can feel the warmth of the burning fire. And as we breathe in, we are inhaling the essence of sandalwood, which has a relaxing feeling. It clears the mind. And suddenly, there's a stillness. And we see above the fire the most beautiful white dove, the dove of peace. And the dove is hovering above the fire, and suddenly shafts of light flow from his chest and pierces each one of us in our heart. Shafts of golden light coming from the fire of God. And it leaves us in a place of absolute stillness. There is an inner knowing that God is present. Just stay with those feelings. You are totally relaxed, and your heart has been pierced by the golden rays of love from the Spirit of God. And now you can hear a fanfare of trumpets coming from outside the circle towards the circle. The archangels have come. They've come to join us. Metatron, Michael, Uriel, Aziel, Israel, Moroni, Gabriel, Uriel, Melchizedek, they're all here. And suddenly we hear a voice coming from the flames of the fire. And now we can see the face of the cosmic Christ, who is just above the fire, below the dove of peace. And he's looking at us with love in his eyes. And his hands are releasing to us the cosmic ray of love. Rainbow light is flowing from each hand, and it is touching us in our crown chakra. Suddenly we are receiving a shaft of light from the tree of life. And now Gaia, we can see her stood next to the Christ, and she is releasing a powerful healing love up through our feet, balancing and cleansing every chakra of our body, bringing us back into alignment to peace. And now we see Magdalena, but she walks around to each one of us, and she places her thumb in the jar of spikenard, and she anoints our crown chakra and places on us the blessing of the wise ones. And now she anoints our hands and closes them like a butterfly's wings closed in prayer. And now she kneels before us and she anoints both feet. And now she kisses our feet out of reverence for the divine living within us. And she looks up at us and she smiles, the smile of welcome back to the communal home, where light bringers of peace are gathered to hold the universe, to hold our planet Earth, to hold every child of God and send them love, light and blessing. And now Mother Mary appears, and she places the mantle of light, of protection around us, and we can feel the warmth of this healing mantle made up from the stars of heaven, and we can sense her power, her love as our spiritual mother, and we are completely at peace now. And as we relax, we hear the Christ speak to us. Come, come and listen. Listen to my word, for I speak the truth to you, and that truth will set you free, for you are a child of the Most High, a child of the light. And these are the words He shares with your heart. I am you. When you set off on your journey to find me, I am there at the start. I am the destination. I am the route. I am the traveling companion. You could have stayed home and found me here. I am you when you set off on your journey to find me. I am there at the start. I am the destination. I am the route. I am the traveling companion. You could have stayed home and found me here. And you take those words to your heart, and they resonate, and you bow your head in blessing, and you give thanks for the gifts that you have received. And in the stillness of the night air in the desert, you sense in your being a spiritual homecoming to your truth. And suddenly you wake up and you're back in your own environment. And right in front of you, there is the most magnificent white feather, a gift from the angelic realm. And there is a card with it. And the card says this: we have never left you. We walk with you each step of your journey, and we are there to help you. Ask, call on us, and we will come. Try not to go alone this journey, for there are many pitfalls. There are many wise prophets who say they're wise, but they really are wolves in sheep's clothing, who are leading the children of God astray. Always come to your heart, for in your heart you will find your truth. Not in your head, in your heart. And your heart will guide you. Your heart will sustain you. And your heart is your teacher. The gateway to your soul. The gateway to God. The gateway to Nirvana. And we pick up the feather, and we now give thanks to the messengers of love, and we thank them for giving us a positive sign that we are not alone, nor should we be alone, for we are one family, all faiths and none, for we are all connected. We are all children of God, brothers and sisters. Let us be still now. Let us feel the love of the cosmic Christ, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Magdalena and Gaia, and let us sense their peace and their gift of love to us. Be still now. And we conclude our 30-minute soiree by saying, the blessings of heaven, the blessings of earth, the blessings of sea and sky, be on those whom we love this day, and on every human family. The gifts of heaven, the gifts of earth, the gifts of sea and sky, be on those whom we love, and on every human family, especially those who are alone at this time. And we send love, light and blessing to Afghanistan, to Turkey and Syria. Amen. And I wish you Namaste, Shalom, Inshallah Paxet Bonum, Om Shanti, Solo de Caritas. Peace, and may the peace of all that is sacred to you enrich your heart and give you the courage to step out in faith and reclaim your divinity as a beloved of God. Until we meet again, take care and God bless you. And God bless the daddy long legs that's having a great time hovering over and underneath. God bless.